Hi guys, in this video we'll be learning about how to install and set up Google Workspace CLI. Now I'll be doing this on Linux, so I'll be building this particular library from source. So let's get right into it. So we'll start with following the instructions given here to build from source. Once the repository is cloned, we'll cd into that directory and we'll do make. Now this is where Go will be used, which we installed earlier. Now once this is done, we'll check if this is installed or not. You can see this is installed. Now what we'll do is we'll move this particular binary inside user local bin so that we are able to access this binary throughout all the terminals we have. Once done, we'll check if we are able to access it without giving a local path. If we are, that means GOG CLI is installed perfectly. Once Google Workspace CLI is installed, we'll move ahead with the credential setup. That is the OAuth setup we were talking about. So now in order to get a guide about this, we'll go inside docs section and there should be a file named as quickstart.md. We are already done with the installation part. So we'll go ahead with the OAuth client setup. For that, first we'll go ahead and create a project inside our Google. We'll name the project. If you're part of an organization, you can select that particular organization. If you're not, you can just leave it as is. We'll hit on create. Once this is created, then we'll move on to the next step, which is enabling the APIs. So basically this is where you'll be enabling your Google or Gmail APIs for the particular project. So you can enable multiple APIs. If you want to work with calendar or something else, you can enable calendar as well. For now, I'll enable only Gmail API. I'll search Gmail API and hit enable. Once this is enabled, then I'll go back to the third step. That is, I'll configure the OAuth consent screen. Now I'll go on get started. I'll give this some app name. In the audience, if you see inside the guide, external is already mentioned here. So we'll go ahead and select external. We'll go with next. We'll give in our email. Next, we'll agree to the terms and conditions and finish. Now once this is created, we'll then create a new OAuth client. Now I'll click on create client. I'll just give this a desktop app as an application type and then give it some name. Once done, I'll click on create. After that, I'll download JSON. We'll need this JSON later on, so keep it handy with you. Once this is done, then we'll configure our workspace CLI. Now for that, what I'll do is I'll go inside my downloads directory and I'll check all the JSON files available to me. Basically, I want to look for the file I just downloaded. Now you can see this file name and the downloaded file name matches. Now I'll give this file path to GOG auth credentials, which will actually set up these credentials on my local. Now once this is done, we'll be moving ahead with the next step. In this, what we'll do is we'll be authorizing our Gmail account. For this, we'll just copy this command and paste it here. I'll just change my email address, and then this should give me a URL. If I copy this and paste it, and if I try to authorize myself, this will give an error. Now, in order to resolve this particular error, what I'll have to do is I'll have to go to the screen where I created my desktop application. Inside that, I'll go inside audiences. Inside that, you should be able to see a test user section. I'll add my email address as a test user. You can publish your app if you don't want a test user. For now, since this has been done only for testing, what I'll do is I'll just simply add a test user. Now I'll close this and I'll repeat the same process again. Once you authorize this particular URL, now after you authorize this, you should be able to see it asking for a keyring. If you don't enter a keyring, it will automatically time out and you won't be able to see anything else in the terminal after that. Basically, terminal will become unusable. Now let's say you have authorized and you have got this again. If you click enter on it 4 times, it will basically go away because initially the keyring is empty. Hence we do not have any keyring. So pressing enter 4 times is the correct input for this. Now in order to make this process non-interactive, what we'll do is we'll set up some defaults. So we'll set up a default email and we'll set up a default keyring password so it doesn't prompt for it again and again. So as I said, the keyring password is empty initially. Now I'll try this particular command. If this works for me, that means GOG CLI is perfectly set up.